All right, Ed, what do we got? What do we got? What
We have the Oscar predictions.
Oh, this is great.
We have the top categories.
Because that's all anyone cares about.
Right.
Really.
I would have included some of the cartoons or the songs, but there's like 2 songs nominated. One's from the Muppet movie.
Oh, boy.
I mean, when there's the theme songs, you'd have 4 good theme songs. Footloose, even, anything. Now we've got unknown songs.
Look at that. There you go.
Here we go.
Actress in a supporting role. What is there, 15 people here?
5.
Oh.
The usual 5. This woman from The Artist.
This woman.
Well, you try and say that, Dave.
Berenice Bejo.
It's a French film.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they just didn't want to make it in English, so they said, let's just not make any sounds at all. I'm going to go with Jessica Chastain in The Help.
The Help, we have Bridesmaid. She won't win, although that's a surprise nomination. Right. Albert Nobbs, that was the one where Glenn Close dresses up as a man. I think she was nominated, too.
Which I believe that's not really a stretch for her.
Not a stretch in acting. Octavia Spencer, another one. They're going to cancel themselves out.
You
The
think?
Help,
You
yeah.
think they will? So we'll have to go with Nobbs?
I have a bad feeling it's going to... No, she's a lesser from The Artist. Although that thing's going to win.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say The Artist.
So, Berenice Bejo.
What are you going with, Dave?
I'll just pick Jessica Chastain in The Help.
Okay.
One of these days I'll see those films. I did see Bridesmaids, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
Actor, Ed, in a supporting role.
Neneth.
Kenneth Branagh. Kenneth
Right.
Branagh in My Week with Marilyn.
Right.
Jonah Hill, Moneyball. Nick Nolte in Warrior. Christopher Plummer, Beginners. Max von Sydow in Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close.
Somebody said he didn't have a lot of lines in that.
He did not. I did see Moneyball.
Won't be that, though.
Won't be that. Not really worthy of it.
Nick Nolte, can't understand him.
Yeah,
Won't be that.
I saw a film where Nick Nolte interviews himself.
Yeah.
And it was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I think then that alone destroys his entire credibility. I'll go Christopher Plummer. Old. There's my reason.
He has been winning SAG awards and things, so I'm going with that also.
He's a fine actor. Very good actor. Christopher Plummer.
Give him a nod as he goes out.
Oh, as he goes out. Actress in a leading role. Glenn Close in Albert Nobbs. You'd think with the name Glenn, it's a man, but it's not.
Dressing up like a man in this film.
Viola Davis in The Help. Rooney Mara in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Meryl Streep in The Iron Lady. Michelle Williams in My Week with Marilyn. What do you think, Ed?
They like those ones where people dress up as men and women.
Tootsie.
The Help, she's been winning though. The Dragon Tattoo, that's out. Meryl Streep, she's won some and will get more. Michelle Williams, she's dressing up like Marilyn Monroe. So I guess we're going to go with Glenn Close, a surprise nod.
For her knobs.
For her knobs, right.
Okay. I will never, ever go with Glenn Close under any circumstances,
No.
even if she is the only one in the category. I will go against type Ed and go with Rooney Mara.
Oh.
And The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Just for her nude scenes.
Now I have to actually go see the film. Actor in a leading role.
There you go, Dave.
Some guy in A Better Life. I think was it Damien Bitcher?
He won at the SAG Awards, I think.
I don't know how you say that name. George Clooney, The Descendants. Another foreigner in The Artist. Gary Oldman, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Brad Pitt in Moneyball. I know what I'm going with.
I think it's between George Clooney and the French guy.
You think?
I think it is.
The French guy.
I'm going with the French guy. I hate to say it.
I'm going to go with Gary Oldman in The Thief, the Wife, the Cook, and the Lover. Moneyball was good. Didn't see anything else. And director, The Artist, The Descendants, Hugo, Midnight in Paris, Tree of Life. No one really understood the Tree of Life.
Woody Allen doesn't show up.
Woody Allen's kind of creepy. Martin Scorsese's won enough.
That was in 3D. That cancels that out.
I'll go with a name I can pronounce, so I'll go with Alexander Payne.
I think it's either that or The Artist. I'm going to have to go for The Artist with this one. It's a black and white silent movie.
Okay.
Requires better direct. Now get your readers out.
Best Picture.
Why they nominate this many, I don't know. But you try, Dave.
All right. The Artist, The Descendants, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, The Help, Hugo, Midnight in Paris, Moneyball, Tree of Life, Warhorse. You're on the artist binge, apparently.
It's either that or The Descendants. What else? The Help could sneak in there. Everything else, Moneyball won't win.
No.
So I think it's between The Artist and The Descendants and The Help. I think it's The Help.
I was going to also say The Help.
I think they're going to give it...
I saw that film from another room.
Somebody
was watching it and I was in another room.
That's probably a good way to watch that film.
Yeah.
Did it sound good from the other room?
It did not.
There was no nudity to come in running from the other room?
Not that I was aware of. I wasn't really... Every once in a while I glanced up, but I didn't see anyone's knobs.
This was an on-demand...
I believe it was.
Yeah, and you were on demand and on call from the other room.
Yes, I demanded myself to leave. Not my kind of film.
No. Okay, while I go over to the poster pairs board, Dave, why don't you tell the folks how they can play this game and how they will enter later on?
I can do that.
Okay.
It's simple. Email. What could be simpler than that? Please send in your emails. Email, and we'll give you the address later. 2 numbers between 1 and 6. And if we pick your name, and we'll turn over your numbers, and if they match, you win 2 free movie passes. It's that simple. It's just an email. You don't have to write it down on a piece of paper, shove it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, go out to the mailbox. Just email.
Right.
It's easy. We need thousands of emails. Thousands of them. That's what we want. That's not what we're getting.
We're going to work on that in the new year.
Are we?
I'm going to write back to people, because I used to write back, thanks for writing in, but haven't had time, always. There are a fair amount of entries that I can't reply to everyone.
That is true.
But we appreciate your comments that way.
Some of them.
Not on Facebook, but on the email where you're supposed to comment. We enjoy them, Dave.
Okay.
Okay, do you have the bowl over there?
I do. I don't.
By the way, there is a Media Zone page on Facebook. I haven't done anything with it. I'm the only member there. But we should get something going on there also.
Okay.
And are you ever going to come out of the shadows, Dave, and join the Facebook world?
I am not.
No, okay.
Wait a minute. Same guy. That's last week. Lucky you. Frank Schoonbeck, but different numbers. 2 and 5.
Was it him last week?
It was him last week.
I thought we had a different Frank last week.
That was Match Game.
What was Match Game?
Frank Schoonbeck?
No, I think that was... Well, maybe it was.
We had Donna.
Donna Patry was the one last
Okay,
time.
what do we have here?
I don't even remember. 2 and 5, I believe.
You got the numbers.
Well, hey, you get called for games 2 weeks in a row. That's pretty good.
2 and 5.
2 and 5. I'm getting some poppers ready. Just
oh,
in
I
case.
think Psycho's a good one for a match here this
week.
You think? Yeah. I think we've got... One of these days I'm going to figure out, depending on what the producer throws in over there, whether we... I think I heard the winning cassette go in. I don't know.
Let's see.
Let's see what we got. No! It's the losing cassette went in. I guess the cassette goes in either way. I have to find out where he got that winning music, because on the YouTube version there's no winning sound effects. I got to pull those off there.
There you go, Ed.
There we go.
It was 1 and 2. Sorry, Frank.
Okay, here's the address. We do have that. Do you have the Lilac address DVD over there?
I do.
Maybe for the next one. At least we have her on DVD.
That's right.
And she can give you the address, which is just mediazone95@gmail.com.
That's right. What could be simpler, Ed? Log in, just send us 2 numbers, and you can win 2 free movie passes. It's that simple.
Right.
And you don't have to use them right away. Do they have an expiration date? A year?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
There you go. Or until the movie theater goes out of business, and it's a new company.
Right, yeah. 30 seconds. I was going to mention something that was going on with the show, but I think we'll save that for next time. I think we don't have 4 films. Something, the show's going on another page on the web.
Okay.
So we'll go into that next time.
All right.
Next time also the SAG Death Roll, where we go over all the deaths from 2011.
We enjoyed that. Good night, everybody.
We'll see you next time.